Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to go over ICT liquidity concepts and key tips that I think you should add to these concepts to help you improve your trading and understand liquidity a lot better. Now, with ICT and his liquidity strategy, we understand there are two types of liquidity: buy-side liquidity and sell-side liquidity. And because we know that there are, for example, buy-side liquidity and sell-side liquidity, then we understand that price is going to go after this liquidity and raid it and then take the other side as well. So if it takes the sell side first, it will go for the buy side. If it takes the buy side first, it will then go for the sell side. But the common problem that a lot of traders have is which low is a true low that price will take. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to come over to the indicators tab. I want you to type in FXN Asian session range, and then add this one by Rob Minty to your charts. Once you've done that, it will look something similar to this. Once you tweak the settings, it will look exactly like this. And the reason why I want you to do that is because we're going to go over a little tweak I've made to ICT's liquidity concept strategy that I think will make it a lot better and stronger. So firstly, let me just turn off this indicator for the moment. So when we look at our chart bear, we can see highs and lows, right? But we don't understand their significance. And there are a couple of things we need to know in order to understand a highs and lows significance. So the first one would be sessions. Here we can see that, this high was put in during the Asian session, this low was put in during the end of London session, and this high was put in during, the New York session. And so once we understand that, we can understand that these highs are significant because they were made during sessions. And why are they significant? Because they were made during sessions. Because during sessions, we know there is an increase in volume, and therefore above these highs and these lows, there's going to be an increase in liquidity as well. So a general high low like this one here, where there's no session really open, is not going to have as much liquidity as compared to this high or this low during the session and this low during the session. So now let's go over a quick example of what I mean and how you can add this to your ICT trading strategy. Okay, so let's have a look at this trading example. Okay, so if we look at the chart bear again, we don't really know which low to the left will price take before it reverses and then goes for buy side liquidity. But we can mark out all of these as sell side liquidity, right? Obviously we're at this point here, so we got this one here to be taken and this one here. And just by looking at it with our bare eyes without using any indicators to visualize sessions and liquidity, we would assume that this one will be taken. But as soon as we turn on the indicator, straight away we see that this low isn't as significant, but this low is more significant, because at this low we know the New York session is open, and also we can see we get a lot of momentum from this low. So this is the low we are going to mark out as sell side liquidity. So if I just mark that out really quickly like that, and there we go. So now we've got that marked out. The next thing we want to do is we just want to wait for price to come to this low. So let me just push this over a little bit and let's see what happens. And at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down to the 1 minute time frame. So dropping down, let's play some of this. Let's move it forward. Okay, we've got that liquidity grab now. So now what we can do is just move forward slowly and mark out any imbalances that we can see. So we have a very small one here, and then at this point here we have one just there. So I want to mark that out. So that's one imbalance that we can look to enter on. And so what I'll do is I will, at this point, if you're looking to take the trade, you'd be here. It will be a risky entry anyway, because we haven't pushed past a structural point yet, but let's see what happens. So you would get entered at this point and then price pushes away. So even though this was a riskier entry, we can see that as we push on, there is another imbalance that's created that we could enter on. So like more of a continuation move over here. So that would be, an additional entry. I'm just marked that out. I'm not going to put the tool there. And then we'll be looking for price to move in terms of our targets. Now, with what I've showed you that we can use it for lows that we can expect to be targeted by sell side liquidity raids. And so if we know that we can get some sell side liquidity raids on these lows, then it also means that we can get some buy side liquidity raids for those lows. And therefore, if we know that, then that gives us a good idea of where we can exit our trades from. So let's have a look. So I'm going to move to like the 5 minute now, and you can see price is pushing up really nicely. And now we know that this low, or sorry, not low, this high over here is a important high, right? Because of the London session. Again, take away the tool, we don't know which high. In fact, we probably go for this one because it's higher up, but we know this one is more important. And then if I just zoom through it, over time we can see it gets taken, but obviously for a nice trade, either a 1 to 3 risk reward, or with this one in particular, depending on daily bias and all that sort of stuff, you can actually go for bigger trades like a 1 to 5 or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to target this high here because it's the high just before Asian session, or we can target this bit here, just the high there. And if I just play it out, we will see that it will come through. There we go. So we get that push through, and notice how we get another buy side liquidity raid here, one here that pushes price down. Obviously you don't get the risk reward, but you'd be out at some point anyway. And this one here a little bit, and then we push away. So that is what I would like to add to the ICT strategy, and that's what I've tweaked for when I trade it. If you have any comments about this or any improvements you think I can make or anything else, then please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, give the video a like, and I'll see you in the next one.